Hello, this is Socially Triggered, and this video I'm going to be doing a video request where somebody asked me to check out a TED Talk uh, about the dirty secret of capitalism, a new way forward. And I figured, hey, why not? I needed something to make a video about. I didn't want to talk about politics anymore, and this is something, yeah, a little bit different. So I figured, hey, why not? I just as a little aside, a little bit about me. I'm a big fan of TED Talks generally. I used to really love TED Talks. I liked when they would talk about new ideas and new stuff. But recently, I've sort of lost my interest in TED Talks because I found that they've been kind of going very far extreme to the left, very socialist in the way that they think, and not necessarily in a good way. Like there's no good way to be socialist, but they didn't really they they don't have any nuance anymore. They just it's sheer propaganda, and it's kind of makes me sad that such a source of what used to be kind of inspirational talks that were informative and give new insights, show kind of latest technology stuff, have really kind of become these social justice platforms, and it's kind of sad. But that aside, I'm going to check out this video. This is actually I'm watching this video and responding to it at the same time. So this is the first, you're getting my raw experience of watching this video. So I'm going to watch it right now. Let's play it. He sort of says that if you want to have this more equitable and, whenever they say equitable, that's real quick thing relating to socialism or communism, because equitable really just means that equal outcomes. It sounds nice, it sounds great. Oh, wouldn't it be great if we were all equal? Well, that is one of the worst things that can happen. That's Venezuela, where you get people, yes, they're all equal, but they're all equally starving. They're all equally searching for rats to eat. And yeah, it's just a terrible system. You don't want that. You want a system where people can showcase how great they are. And some people will be better than others. And that's realistic. Some people are just better than other people. And that's life. Some people are better than you, better than me, better than all of us. Okay? And they will generally rise to the top. And you want that because those same people will generally produce more and innovate more and actually lead our society to greater and greater places. So he talks about a few things within that last few sentences of what he said. He talks about this equitable thing. He talks about democracies. Another thing that what people don't really understand about socialism is socialism actually considers itself like a high-level democracy where everybody is equal and everybody has a vote. And that's how it kind of touts itself. So if you look at North Korea or China or Cuba, they all promote the idea that they're democracies. And they're democracies in the way that, everybody in the society is kind of equal, some more equal than others. But the idea is that it's sort of like that socialist, the worker government, okay, that sort of socialist idea. Whereas in a capitalist society, it's not really about democracy. I'm actually one of those people who I like certain concepts of democracy, but at the same time, I believe that you have to buy into that democracy. And what I mean by that is that if you don't have a stake in making your society better, then you should not be really participating in that democracy. So for example, if you're not paying taxes, if you're not owning land, or if you're not having like a real stake in how well your economy does, then you shouldn't be really participating in that democracy. I know that sounds harsh, but it's sort of like one of those things I always sort of bit on the fence on, to tell you the truth. But I just see like generally people are greedy, and this time they're not necessarily greedy in a good way, where they look out for their own self-interests. So what happens in a democracy is you get the exploitation of a minority because the majority will vote for their own interests. And I see this in Canada, for example, where 60% of people get more from government than they put in. Okay, so 60% want more government because if they get more out of it than they put in, well, of course they're going to want more because it just benefits them. But the other 40% are the ones that actually are paying the highest levels of taxes. They're the ones that are basically the slaves to the majority. And that's a real problem in our society, where you get the 80-20 rule, where 20% of the people within our society are paying 80% of the taxes, and they're the ones that are really keeping the society together. And what happens is, as government gets bigger and bigger and people vote for their interests and sort of the strength of democracy, what happens is those 20% are squeezed ever more. And there is a breaking point where those 20% will be like, screw it, I'm not going to work this hard. I'm not going to just let myself be taxed to death. I'm not going to become your slave. And you're really hurting the people that are the ones who actually built the society and the ones that actually are pushing society forward. So this is one of those things where I don't want to sound weird where I'm against democracy, but I do see there is fallacies within democracy. And I don't know what the resolution is for that, to tell you the truth. I'm being honest. I don't know what the best way to, make it work. But I know one thing is, if you can reduce the size of government, then you reduce that effect upon everybody. So you reduce the dependency of most people on the government, and you also reduce the burden on that elite group that produces all the wealth, so that they can produce more wealth and everybody benefits. So I always believe in less is more. Less government is more beneficial for everybody. So these have been my thoughts on this very interesting TED Talk. A little bit annoying for me to watch because the guy is like this supposedly successful businessman who really doesn't understand the fundamentals of capitalism. And he's just another socialist mouthpiece. And it really disturbs me to hear the way he's talking, because it just shows a fundamental lack of understanding of capitalism. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings about this video. It's a very long video, but this was a request that I felt like one of my subscribers wanted to hear. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I hope this was interesting. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other stuff. I talk about a whole bunch of things on my channel, and I always try to give a fairly unbiased opinion, but it's my bias, I guess. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye for now.